So now section 1 deals with the introduction part, payroll management system, and the main components of payroll management system. Then section 2, theoretical views or the point of views which we need to take into consideration. Inputs and outputs of payroll system. Then employee data file, stages of payroll processing, employee file maintenance, advantages of a payroll system. And section 3 talks about conclusion part. So let us understand what exactly compensation is all about. Okay, so in the first section we are going to discuss about the introduction part, where employee information system of a payroll system, we have to create one particular system process when we are at organization. So as an HR manager, when you are deriving or you are carrying out the payroll system for salary and wages and the components under it. So when we are talking about payroll system, normally we need to tend to understand leave and management, the first and foremost aspect. Then what are the different earnings of employees? Apart from salary, if there are certain kind of overtimes or other kind of wages or the kind of, let's say, amount to be paid, that we need to take into considerations while deciding and determining payroll system. Then deductions, whatever the different deductions, let's say if you will find deductions, normally we get into understanding the tax deductions or other deductions from the salary and wages as per the requirement of the norms. Then if in case of loans and advances taken by employees, we need to take care of that. And as far as the payroll system is concerned, if you have a kind of, let's say, understanding of employee report, as far as every week and month is concerned, we need to prepare a report, daily report and weekly report and monthly report, who has attended, who has not attended, who are on the leave, who are not on the leave, that we need to take into consideration as HR. Then statutory reports, there are different statutory reports to understand. And then employee data, what exactly the employee and their kind of, let's say, different aspects which we need to take into considerations. Employee data file will include various aspects we will discuss in due course of time. Then payment disbursement and analysis. So these are the basic aspects of any payroll management is concerned. So if you look at the points which we are going to cover in the discussion, there are so many points which we are going to discuss. Okay, now if you look at certain aspects which we are going to discuss, now we will discuss about main components of payroll system. What are the different components which we need to take into considerations while defining and determining the payroll management? So the basic components which are there, main components, if you look at the first and foremost point, salary, wages for those workers who are contract and a seasonal basis, or those who are on the muster roll, not as a permanent employees, will get some wages. Those who are contract based according to the Contract Act 1972 as far as India is concerned. Then certain bonuses which we have already discussed about bonus act. So what would be the bonus, how it would be, what would be the percentage, that we have already discussed. And the bonuses which are going to issued, that has to be taken into consideration while determining the payroll system. Deductions, salary deduction in terms of tax deductions, in terms of gratuity, in terms of bonuses, in terms of let's say pension, whatever the different deductions which are there. If certain loans are the kind of advances taken by the employee, that we need to also take into consideration while deduction, Okay, then professional taxes, PT, what we can call it as a PT, professional taxes. Then we have to take care of base pay, that is basic pay. Then compensation, different compensation in terms of direct compensation and indirect compensation. Then financial remunerations, various kind of remunerations which are being provided, traveling allowances, with the kind of, let's say, mobile allowances. Now we are getting IT allowances as far as the company who are running from work from home. They are getting, let's say, some IT infrastructure in terms of IT allowances for their computer, the internets and Wi-Fi, which the facilities required for work from home. Gross income, then guaranteed annual wages, living wages, minimum wages, net income, real wages, other remunerations if it is paid to the employees, allowances which are required to provide to the employee, deposited in banks, and banks are depositing the salaries to the employees. So from one portal to another portal, the kind of disbursement of the payments has to be done by the HR. So it is not a system. If you are not doing it in a very minute way, it is not going to be a systematized process. So if you want to have a systematized process, you need to have a portal to portal payment, then sliding pay, take home pay, taxable income, non-taxable income. These all aspects we need to take care while determining the payroll management, payroll system. Okay. So far management is nothing but paying the amount of salary, wages or other different allowances, bonuses, gratuity to the employees by the employer. So take in consideration, now assume that you are HR manager. Now you are in third semester, means you are almost HR manager, and now you have to work. Those who are working may also understand this. Those who are not working, they should take care of this, because as a HR manager you need to tend to understand the what are the different perspectives we as a HR has to take into consideration. See, many of the companies have different departments. As a, let's say, under personal department, there are different functions or departments or sub functions which are carried out. For example, there will be so many managers in HR also. If company is at, let's say, having more than 500, 1000, 10,000 workers, then you will find so many people who are working in HR department. But let's say you are working in a small company, a small scale company, or SME, or let's say medium scale company, where not more than 500 workers working. In that case, you have to perform as a HR generalist profile, where you have to calculate everything, not only payroll management but everything. You have to do all processes from human resource planning to exit interview. Okay, so in that case you must be well equipped with each and every function and how it has to be performed. I'm giving you in detail understanding, not as a theory part. I'm going to give you the practical approaches which are really required to help you in your day-to-day practice as a HR manager. Whenever you will join any organization, definitely this will help you to cope up with any kind of difficulty. And if you find any difficulty, you may contact uh, to the good managers, or you may contact to me also for that matter. Okay, so now we will look into the matter certain theoretical perspectives of payroll management. So if you look at the theoretical perspective, what are the inputs of the payroll system? What we have to while creating a payroll system. Now we know all organizations are having technology-based systems. So if you want to prepare a payroll system, you need to know the company detail, designations, basic salaries, then the type of employment, whether they are permanent, temporary, or the contractual basis, or seasonal, that we need to know. Allowances, what are the different allowances which we need to pay? As a HR manager, we need to know that what are the different allowances which we are offering in different sectors. Let's say in IT sector, there will be different allowances. In manufacturing sector, there will be different allowances apart from general allowances which are there as a traveling allowance, HRA, and other allowances which are common as an part of compulsory uh, under the different acts. Let's say Factory Act, Payment of Wages Act, Minimum Wages Act, then Contract Labor Act. Under that particular payment which we have to do, that those are common, those are obligatory, those are mandatory. But apart from those allowances, there are some companies who are providing, let's say, a kind of voluntary basis allowances for the betterment of employees, for the satisfaction of employees, and for the delight of the employees. So we need to tend to know various allowances. The retirement benefits, what are the different retirement benefits? Normally we find pensions, gratuities, and other kind of benefits which we are giving while having a golden handshake, or while having a kind of voluntary retirement services, or while after getting a retirement from the organization by the employees. We need to know which are those retirement benefits, and we need to have that system in place so that anyone who is going outside the company should get a very nice, let's say, goodbye or golden handshake, and they should feel that yes, I am proud of being a part of this organization. So there are different other benefits which we need to take into consideration while determining the payroll system. Then common benefits which we need to understand, and then certain deduction, like as we talked earlier, deduction due to taxations, deduction due to certain leaves, okay, deduction types of different compensations, uh, in terms of, let's say, having a kind of certain rules and regulations, we have to follow those, and we have to prepare a payroll processing, payroll register, and pay slips which we have to give. Every output of every performance system is to provide having a systematized register and a payment slip as and when it is been demanded by the employees. So employee should get payment slip of any month at any point of time. If you are doing payroll system systematically, automatically there will be a system will generate your payment slip. You need not to do a typing for each one if you have a standard system in place. So you, being a good HR, you need to tend to take into considerations these all aspects which we have to cover under payroll system. Is this clear to you? Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, any question till now? Okay. So we will go ahead and discuss. Now let's say, take an example. I have given you the one example, payment slip, okay, for the month of 2002. By code. Okay, if you have code, or if you have, see, normally every organizations give the code because there are so many employees. Okay, if you know the code, you will put the code and automatically you will generate the name of that person. Rohan Kale. Okay, payment date is 10/7/2002. Amount, the basic salary, that is what, 8,600. Deduction amount due to income tax 840, and provident fund, that is 224. Loan installments 1200. That person has taken some loan amount. Okay, so installments been paid 1200. So the gross salary is 8,600. Now these are the certain deductions. Okay, so now out of 8,600, these all amounts, 840, 224, and 1200 rupees will be deducted from the 8,600 rupees, and so he will get net pay, that is 7,334 rupees. Okay, if let's say medical claim is there, 450 rupees is being paid by that particular organization, and the payment of telephone bill is being paid to him, that is 350. So overtime pay, now he has done, the Rohan has done overtime, and he is getting 750 rupees as a overtime OT, or okay, and the leave balance are 4. So this particular salary slip gives you complete detail of what is being paid by the company after deduction and before deduction, with certain contribution of amount in terms of medical claim and payment of telephone bill. See, payment slip, I'm giving you one template here. There are plenty of ways to create payment slips. Some of them are going to give you vertical, some of them will give you a kind of landscape base. Okay, but normally the kind of points which are being covered here are normally same, are normally not going to change at extreme level, because we need to cover all these aspects. So is this clear to you? Clear to you? Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so shall we proceed? I will give you the complete understanding of how to create system as an IT. Okay. Now take an example. Employee data file, as we were discussing about previously, employee data file. So now you have to create a let's say system for your place. Now normally we get let's say software, paid software, payroll management system softwares for organization. But while preparing that payroll management system systems as a software, we need to give the inputs. As a HR manager, we need to give these all inputs. So what should be the inputs normally to create a system software, any software for your organization? So normally we should provide employee code, name, address, then there will be a master file. Okay, then personal details will be there, leave details will be there, bank account details will be there, then cosment amount and aspects will be there, then probationary or permanent. So the person, once you will click this, you will definitely get a complete understanding. Then branch, department, location, payroll management, position, payment mode, payment rate, what are the exactly payment rate, if it is a wages, if it is a salary, then what would be the grade pay. Okay, and whether it is a 6 pay, 7 pay in case of public or government employee, annual salary, payment date, and if you will have this new, edit, save, cancel, delete, exit. So these all will be created in your software system, which will give you a complete understanding of payroll system. Is this clear to you? So you have to develop a, you have to create or develop a particular system as a payroll. If you are going to develop with technology, then there will be no problem. There will be hassle-free communication, or a good HR practice would be followed as a good practitioner of HR. And you, as a best HR manager, you should create this system for your organization. Those who are not having, you have to develop it, and for that development we need to have this kind of data file. Is this clear to you?